As we all know, when it comes to the Ace family and their events, what they first advertise isn't usually what you're going to end up getting. Austin was set to have a fight in July, but that was postponed due to certain medical issues he claimed were going on with his opponent, Gib. He was placing all the blame on Gib as to why this fight could not happen at the scheduled time. Gib ended up coming out saying he passed his medicals, he passed his exams, and since that, they did set a new date and location for September 10th, which meant Austin and Catherine would have to move their September 9th wedding in order to accommodate the new date, which confused people since this was his company organizing the fight, which I talked about in my last video. Like, why would you pick a date so inconvenient to you when this is your own company putting it on, especially since him and Catherine made a video saying they were losing money from the deposit that they had put down for their wedding venue, and they already paid for certain things for the wedding. So it just made no sense to me that they were moving it to a very inconvenient date. It all just must be because it's less expensive to put it on this date, or I really don't know, you guys. But the strangest part of all is that the venue has changed to a much bigger venue. But bigger doesn't always mean better, I guess, because even though they're moving from an arena to a stadium venue, they are only using a small percentage of the actual venue. Like, if you guys look at the Ticketmaster website, these sections in blue are the only things they're selling tickets for. And it doesn't mean that the other sections are sold out. No, those tickets are not being put on sale. People felt like the reason they pushed back the fight in the first place was because they couldn't sell enough tickets for the event. So then moving it to a larger place, but also selling less tickets is really confusing. The whole thing is raising questions for everybody. Like, what was the point of this? So when Austin announced this big change on his Instagram, he had said, the fight is back on September 10th in Los Angeles at Bank of California, which I will say, it's really interesting that they changed the entire venue after Catherine and Austin made several videos, and this whole like fancy video of them being super dramatic, walking in front of the Staples Center, claiming, we're back, baby. We took over the Staples Center years ago and we're about to sell out 30,000 people. Like, we are ready. So they did all that just to change the venue. I don't know, you guys. But he said, I'm still pissed and confused why this fight had to be postponed. How are you confused? This is your fight. But Gib did his medical exams with his doctors in the UK and he did not pass due to an injury, but then came to LA and did another medical exam with my doctors and results came back with no injury, which only has me to believe that he just needed more time to train or he needed more time for the steroids to get out of the system. The thing is, I would fight him even with him on steroids and him being 20 pounds heavier than me. I don't give a because either way, I'm going to embarrass and batter this little boy's face in September 10th for wasting my damn time and energy. You got about 4 weeks left of safety. You better cherish these moments. Like I said, people feel like there was just like no medical situation going on at all and they were just scrambling to figure out what to do because people were not buying tickets to their event. So he made the announcement that this change was going to be happening about a week ago, but the tickets went on sale this past week. And once tickets went on sale for the event, people were running to the internet with questions, obviously, after seeing what the stadium looked like and what was being sold. People were just like, what's going on? You upgraded spaces, but this is looking like a downgrade, honestly. Keemstar tweeted out, Gib vs. Mcbroom, Social Gloves had problems selling tickets for the Staples Center. Now they rented an even bigger stadium, but are only selling 20% of the available seats. Is this a joke? KSI took this as an opportunity to poke fun at Austin since his fight just sold out. Yes, KSI's fight literally sold out. That's a really big deal, I feel, in the YouTuber fighting world. Good for him, honestly. But he replied to Keemstar saying they should just fight on the other Misfits card coming out this year, to be honest. And I'm definitely thinking Austin would be better off fighting under his card, and he would probably benefit from fighting under KSI's card. but I really think that Austin just wants to be the headliner. KSI did continue going after Austin, wondering what on earth was going on by posting on his Instagram story saying, "What's going on here, brother?" at Austin Mcbroom. "Why hire a bigger venue just to sell 20% of the whole stadium? You even got the ring moved." Austin said, "At KSI, you got to fight in 2 days, and you over in the UK worried about me? You should be focused on your 2 weak opponents." He also said, "And if you knew anything about Bank of California Stadium, you would know that's how they set up their boxing events for everyone," and posted this photograph. KSI replied and said, "I'll be surprised if your event is even half as full as that picture. Better start dropping them prices, boy," at Austin Mcbroom. And this was a big thing we talked about when the event was still at the Staples Center, was these ticket prices are no joke. I'm talking about $500 to be super close. And right now, you guys, like a Harry Styles pit ticket is like $400. And you're telling me like a ticket to see Austin Mcbroom fighting is over that? That's really interesting to me. Austin ended up replying saying, "Even for the GOAT Canelo at KSI, so again, focus on your fight so we can stop going back and forth and we can settle our fight in December/January after I beat up your best friend." KSI replied and said, "Fights, and I don't see you getting past Gib. LMAO." Austin ended it with, "Once I do, you gonna run away at KSI?" Austin has been begging to fight KSI for the longest, but honestly, I don't think that KSI would waste his time. I don't know, you guys. I don't think he wants to go into business with Austin. That's what I'll say, because I feel like Austin is going to want to promote the whole thing, have it be under his fighting company, Social Gloves, and I don't think KSI wants to get involved with any of that. And I do think that Austin could maybe get more fights if he wasn't trying to make the events himself and headline every event for his ego. And also if his business ventures were more successful, but the whole thing with him and the fighting and it being under his own business is just strange. And I will tell you why I think it's strange, because this business seems to be a family business, and usually love a good family business. Love it, love it, love it. But the thing is, Austin's family is always so intertwined in his businesses with him and Catherine, and they always seem to be getting in trouble for them. And I realized this when I was reading the lawsuit between Catherine and her skincare company. They had claimed in the lawsuit that when Catherine tried to stage a coup and take over the company and get all the passwords and everything, she was trying to delegate these jobs that other people had to family members, Austin's family. So much so that they wanted his dad's LLC to be connected to the company. And if you guys are like, what the heck, where are the receipts? I did a whole video on Catherine getting sued by her skincare company, so go watch there. I have screenshots from the lawsuit and I read them all. But the whole thing was just so eye-opening as to how involved Austin's family is in his and Catherine's lives, and also in Landon's life, because we've heard Shyla talk about how their mom is very involved in their finances, in their bank accounts. She signs off on a lot of things. And so to see that in a lawsuit from a company that was working with Catherine, that she was trying to get the family involved as much as possible once the company started making a ton of money, super interesting to me. And like I said, usually I'm like all for the family, love a good family business, love family helping family, families working together. But this situation in particular, the fact that Austin and Catherine have gotten in trouble so many times, and it seems like their parents have been involved in these times, is what is like confusing. But you can see just how involved Austin's parents are in their lives and their companies just by watching the new Ace Family video. When Austin and Catherine are at the new venue for the fight, he's showing it off, talking it up, the whole video. But Austin's dad is also in the video, and at one point he is talking about the logistics for the event, which is just interesting because it's like he was trying to tell Austin how to run the whole thing and handle things.
You see all the lighting, the racking. So that's where all the lighting will come. Your cameras will be set up that way. Then there'll be a big stage right here.
Where the ring is?
Well, the ring will be somewhat out. Like say where the section 110 is.
Yep.
Come straight out there, and you've got seating all the way around it. The great thing is the more tickets that you sell, all they do is they push the ring back, make the ramp that the fighters walk down, just make it longer. Just make it longer, and you can keep selling. I mean, we can go as far as we're going to start out with 8,000 to 10,000 seats, and then we'll go from there.
Like seriously, you guys, the whole time I was watching, I was like, does the dad know more than Austin here? Did he organize this whole switcheroo and the changing of the location and figuring out how many tickets they were going to sell? I mean, this whole thing just seems sketchy, a little sketchy. But the fact that his dad was explaining it to Austin, like, do they just let his parents run their lives and they put their names on everything? Because the track record isn't so great. And if that's what's been getting them in trouble, they need to get out of that. But the sketchiest part of all is when he is describing the new stadium setup, claiming that they're going to be starting with 8 to 10,000 seats, these listed right here. And the more tickets that they sell, the farther back they can keep pushing the stage. So if they add more tickets, they're just going to keep pushing back the stage and just bringing out the runway that the fighters will enter from. So you could be getting a front row seat and then all of a sudden add a couple more seats and the stage is pushed back and you don't have the same view anymore. Like, you could have thought that you were going to be really close and then all of a sudden you're far away because they pushed the stage back. Like, this whole thing is just so weird. Is it not weird, you guys? Like, if I'm buying a seat and I think I'm close, I'm hoping I'm staying close. I'm under the impression that the stage isn't going anywhere. So I definitely want to know what you guys think about all of this because it's really strange to me. So let me know your thoughts on not only the whole stage thing and Austin's dad kind of running the event, but these changes that have been made. And I don't know, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.